In this video, I'm gonna tell you the story of Ray and his trusty DR650 that came all the way from New Zealand to my place in Varna, Bulgaria, and from here we'll go to Ireland. But during this time, we're gonna bring this motorcycle to my friends and mechanic garage tomorrow. We'll see what is the result after 40,000 kilometers, and finally make our decision, is this motorcycle good or not for long trips. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with us. If you want to make a proper renovation, you need a hammer. Without a hammer, nothing works. As you know, improvisation is everything. All right, now it will work.
Plumbing,
You came to the right place.
I came to the right place, but not only did I have my little list of things, but Plumbing, being the expert that he is, looked over the whole bike and identified a couple of other things.
Let's now see before and now. Before and now. Welcome back. Can you travel with Suzuki DR650 in 2025? I don't know yet, but after a close inspection from my side today and a proper mechanical inspection from my friend and mechanic Plumbing tomorrow, only then I'll be able to share my opinion. Let me first introduce Ray. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Excellent, thank you, thank you.
How was the ride? How was the whole experience?
Oh, well.
So far?
I can't wrap up 14 months in a few seconds, but the last few days in Bulgaria have been fantastic. Loved Sofia, loved Plovdiv, and I'm enjoying Varna so far.
So Ray, please tell me a little bit more about the modifications that you've done to prepare this motorcycle for this long trip.
Okay, well, a lot of the modifications are already on the bike when I bought it, but just about everything has been done. You've got the tail tidy for the extra luggage. You've got your luggage racks. I thought a centre stand was important for changing tyres. Also, the seat netting and the sheepskin.
You have 3D mesh and the sheep
yes,
on the top, so it's
yes.
just double safe.
Yes, well, for a year and a half, you want a comfortable seat.
Yeah.
Engine protection, radiator protection, and
hand guards, bar busters.
Yeah, hand guards, and probably not necessary, but this was on it. It had the stiffener and spotlights, which saved me in Thailand, I think it was, when I was riding through the dark at night.
Mm-hmm. Windscreen, tall windscreen.
Yes. So yeah.
Wider foot pegs.
Wider foot pegs.
Yeah.
Yep. Chain guard. All the standards.
I can see definitely that you have an oiler.
Yes.
Your motorcycle looks like a train from 19th century, which is normal, but yes. I hope it saves you the chain.
Yes. Well, I run out of oil, so now I just use a can.
How many Ks you have on the chain so far?
40,000.
40,000, the same chain.
Brand new chain,
okay.
And hopefully it'll last another 10 till the end.
And it's 525, yeah?
525.
Just for your information, 2 years ago on my trip to Magadan, I have 525. It lasted 36,000 kilometers.
Yes.
Without any oiler, and I lube it basically once per day or once per 2 days. For the whole trip, I spent 2 spray containers, and it lasts 36,000 kilometers. So don't be so proud with your oiler right now.
Okay.
Okay, I will love to hear more stories about your motorcycle, and I will definitely do it later on the dinner and with the beers. But now let's focus a little bit more on the motorcycle. And the more important part is let's bring it to my friend's garage and to see his final opinion. But before we go there, Ray, did you have any problems with the bike? Any major problems?
No major problems, so very lucky. A couple of flat tires, which is standard. I had a small fuel blockage around the fuel tap.
Yeah, here.
Yes, and so I just turned it on to reserve, then went back to the mechanics, and we fixed that very easily. And then 2 weeks ago, the horn stopped working, and then just last night, on the way to Varna, my headlight stopped working, and hopefully that's just a bulb, and I have some spares.
Okay, excellent. So no major problems, nothing at all?
No major problems. Fingers crossed.
Let's now jump on the bikes, go to the mechanic and see what he will say.
Sounds good.
I haven't ridden the motorcycle. You said it's all good. I think that everything is good, but let's see what Plowman will say.
Let's see what the expert says.
Experts will say after test ride.
Yeah. I think you might say it's time for a Yamaha T7.
Definitely. It is definitely time for Yamaha T7, but we hope that it will be alright. Пацо, кое е заключението? Final thoughts.
Като шум, като двигател работи добре, качването му отзади го няма задния амортисьор, верига запчатки може би ще са свършили, след като е регулиране ще разберем. Може би има и задни лагери на задната главина, защото целият мотор се усуква като карам, макар че така не ги усещам. Като се включим, че леко е криво кормилото, спирачката трябва да се смаже тук по талцето, че насича когато спираш и да докараме хода на съединителя.
Като цяло не е зле.
Не.
За 40 000 км той вече е на 57.
Да. Добре.
Okay. So Ray, in general it's not that bad.
That's good to know.
It needs some things to be touched,
Yes.
but for such a long mileage, it's a good result. It's not going to be that expensive. You can smile.
That's okay. As long as it gets me to the end, then I'm happy. Once I get home, then I can do more serious work on it.
It will be alright. It will be alright.
Yes.
The chain is completely gone. The front sprockets and the rear sprockets as well, so need to be replaced. Once again, he's done 40,000 kilometers on the chain and sprockets, but actually it is gone from a long time ago. The only thing that keeps the chain still alive is the oiler, but as soon you stop it, the chain is gone. This is what the people believe, that oilers protect the chain. Wheel bearing is fine. Brake pads are definitely gone. Yeah, as I said, it is not that bad for such a long mileage. DR650 proved in many adventures around the world that it's a solid motorcycle, that with a little maintenance it can last a lot. Of course, a fresh oil, it's a must-have. We're gonna wash and clean the filter. It's a washable filter. It's going to have a new tire. This one is still not bad, but so many kilometers ahead, better is to start with a fresh tire. Meters 07 plus should last the kilometers that are ahead. The tire is changed, the oil is changed, the process is going. Oh, excellent. He found chain and sprockets on the day off, which is great. The bike will be secured for another 35,000 kilometers at least. The first important step is done. New chain and sprockets. Excellent. The air filter is not bad at all after 40,000 kilometers.
Oh no, that's about 5,000.
5,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, oh no, that's the third.
We're gonna
air
wash it
filter.
anyway, but
Yeah.
it's okay. You can see once again, after so many kilometers, 57,000 already, the overall condition of the motorcycle is very good. Good result. So these motorcycles, as I said, they are proven in many adventures around the world. But once again, to see that they are absolutely fine. Valve clearance check. About correct, just a little adjustment, but nothing so badly, just 2-3 parts of the millimeter. Exhaust valves are also in good condition, just slightly one of them. So after 40,000 kilometers, very good result. The brake fluid is not good, the tester show red, that means it's supposed to be changed. New horn, new light, all done. Air filter is washed. The list that Ray has is already done. Everything is changed, serviced, checked, looped, new chain, sprockets, everything. And one last thing here, the grip is twisted, and as you can see, you cannot even press the clutch properly because of this side. So now Plumman will try to twist it a little bit if possible, and with all, the bike will be ready to continue whatever 1,000 kilometers it has. If you want to make a proper renovation, you need a hammer. Without a hammer, nothing works. No, after so many miles, all the details start to falling apart. The side stand is not working properly, and many more small details that you don't know about it even when you ride on short trips. As you know, improvisation is everything. All right, now it will work. Perfect. Looks like everything is interesting for you.
Very interesting. Well, I'm just happy that Plumman looked
You came to the right place.
When I come to the right place, but not only did I have my little list of things, but Plumman, being the expert that he is, looked over the whole bike and identified a couple of other things, which, such as changing the brake fluid, my dodgy side stand, which didn't really bother me, but he fixed that. Now he's fixing the center stand, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, so you learned that in Bulgaria, improvisation is everything.
Oh, yeah, but he knows what he's doing as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Let's now see before and now. Before and now. Пацо, как е мотора? До Ирландия ще стигне ли?
До Ирландия със сигурност, после може и до Нова Зеландия.
Готов е обратно до Нова Зеландия. Да. Всичко е наред. Може да му го издадеш вече.
Да. Изключен задния амортисьор, но ще изкара.
Ще изкара. Супер. He said that everything is perfect. You can go back to New Zealand. And he said another 14 months, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, excellent. Well, maybe I ride around the other side of the world and come back to Bulgaria, and then you can have another job.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you, Plumman, for finding the extra bits and pieces that I didn't see, and all the little bits. So I'm very happy to be riding a much safer bike and a better bike now.
All right, my friend, job done. Are you happy with everything?
Thank you so much. I'm more than happy. We covered more than what I was looking to do, and Plumman was very good at spotting little things that I didn't even tell him about, like the side stand, the center stand, and I'm very confident that the rest of the trip is just going to be no worries. It's not going to be hard riding, and if something does happen, I'm in a developed part of the world.
Shit happens, huh?
Yeah, but if you're in Pakistan or Saudi Arabia, you're not quite sure how you're going to fix something. Whereas if I break down in Poland, then I'll just call you.
You can anytime. I will find you a connection in Poland.
Of course.
Tell me briefly what was the whole trip, where you started, how many kilometers you covered, and briefly.
Yeah, so I started in March last year, and the plan was to travel for 1.5 years, which I'm on track. Through Australia, Indonesia, up through Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia. Then I had to fly the bike to India because of civil war in Myanmar. Pakistan, Iran, I had to take a detour because of the missiles.
Yeah.
So instead of going into Iraq, I went down to Dubai.
Okay.
And then Oman, all the way through Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iraq, Turkey, and now Bulgaria. And I haven't seen any Eastern European countries apart from Budapest and Hungary. So the rest of my route is all through Eastern Europe, Romania, Slovakia, Czechia, Poland, and then just briefly through Germany and Netherlands, and then finish off with 1 month in the UK.
Okay, so finish in Ireland, yeah?
Finish in Southern Ireland, yes.
So what is your opinion about this motorcycle, like a normal user? Keep in mind that he's not a racer, he's not a professional, just a normal guy like me and you. And what is your opinion, final opinion, after 40,000 kilometers on the road, in the real use?
As someone who has never been on motocross bikes or dirt bikes, and as someone who bought a CB500X, because I'm a Honda guy, but then I realized that it probably, without heavy modifications, it probably wasn't up to a big trip. For me, for a very novice off-road rider, 100% correct choice. I test rode a Africa Twin, too big, Tenere, too tall, KLR, too heavy, so many bikes, short test rides, but the Suzuki is simple, and the only criticism I have as a novice, as an intermediate or a better rider, it wouldn't be a problem, but I just can't flat foot on it.
Yeah.
And you know, when you have too much gear like I have on the back, especially when you're trying to park the bike or maneuver it stationary, riding, no problem.
How tall are you?
5'10", 178 centimeters.
78, so you're about the age. You need a little bit, maybe 2 centimeters. I saw that you lowered it a little bit from a triple clamp.
Yeah.
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 All right. So does mean the motorcycle is good enough to travel around the world?
Absolutely fantastic. Very basic. You don't have to be a mechanic to, you know, do the basics like change a tire or do an oil change. I put an Atlas throttle lock on it in Dubai because I was having wrist problems. All the basic stuff, you know, even brake pads you can do yourself.
Yeah, and you had a mechanical need a few times on your trip, and just every mechanic was able to work on it, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
This is very important to have a motorcycle first that is reliable, because as you saw, after so many kilometers, it has just a small, silly problems that are not that bad. Actually, he can continue riding like that, but it's good to be in a just better condition, yeah?
Yeah, and also with my road bikes, I never serviced them myself. So this is the first time I've been, you know, closely watching the bike, and you know, you just learn things. You know, if you're riding through a dirty country,
on the go, you learn on the go.
Yeah, yeah. If you're riding a lot of road rides, then yeah, maybe, you know, 6,000 or 8,000, you can let the oil or the air filter go. But if you're riding through dirty countries and sand and dust, then you know,
more often.
Yeah, change the oil. You know, change the air filter more often. You know, I learned a good lesson about the chain today. I thought, you know, maybe it was just a bit loose and needed some tensioning, but no, they needed a brand new chain. So, you know, I will, you know, be much better, as everyone will be.
We always improve. We
next
always
ride,
learn something.
Next ride will be better, you know. Yeah. Next ride I'll take 20 kilos, not 50 kilos.
And last question, we already discussed it. The kilos are clear. Weight always matters, no doubts about it. But share your opinion about the trip. You've done such a long trip, and what is your opinion? Will you do it again, this long trip?
You learn, when you dive in the deep end, you learn how to swim very quickly. So for personal reasons, because I have an elderly father, and because, you know, I'm not young, I'm 55, I decided to do a big long trip on my own. In hindsight, I would much better to do shorter trips, because you get one sort of riding and cultural experience in 3 months, say Asia or South America. Plus, you don't have to worry so much about how many brake pads to take, or is there a Yamaha or a Suzuki dealer in this country, or you know, if you have bike with a lot of electronics, you know, that sort of thing. So I think shorter, more, and you can push yourself harder on a shorter trip as well.
Also, if you are on a short trip, let's say 2, 3 to 5 months, if you make some mistakes, you can correct it for the next trip. But now, if you start with the mistakes, you have to keep all the mistakes with the whole trip.
That's
this
right.
is another one point.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. And share your YouTube channel or the social media where people can find you.
So my traveling name is 2 Wheels to Everywhere. That's number 2, Wheels, number 2, everywhere. My main place is YouTube, but I'm also on Facebook and Instagram a little bit, but I post most regularly on YouTube.
Yeah, I will link his YouTube channel on the description down below. Over there, he has a lot of videos about all of the countries that he already mentions. So I really hope that this information will be useful to at least one person. Press like or dislike, whatever it deserves. If you subscribe to my channel or his channel, even better. All right. Thank you very much once
Thanks,
again.
thanks, Evelyn. Cheers.
Ciao.
Ciao.